Canara Bank, a name that we're all so familiar with, and one of the biggest names in the banking sector. And I'm fortunate to have with me Shri K. Satyanarayana Raju, MD and CEO Canara Bank. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Quickly, let me begin by asking about, the bank has been consistently among India's top performing public sector banks. How do you define the bank's current positioning in an increasingly very competitive financial market?
So, post-amalgamation from Syndicate Bank to Canara Bank. Actually, when you see that the Canara Bank's post-amalgamation and the before amalgamation, there is a huge difference you can find out. The post-amalgamation, the bank got so much synergy benefit. Of course, both are from South-based banks only, but the culture-wise, it's the same. So, amalgamation is, we can say that one of the smoothest amalgamation among the amalgamation, these recent amalgamations, whatever happened. That has helped in establishing in the market and creating a buzz in the business. We can say that actually, if you see the top line only, we may be a third largest public sector bank or something. But if you see that the profit wise, the operating profit or net profit, whatever you see, even you take the latest June quarter 26, we are the next to the SBI in public sector banks, operating profit and the net profit both. Though the top line we are 1 lakh crore less than that another peer banks, one or two banks, but our operational efficiency is so high. That's the reason that we are able to show that the operating profit and the net profit was very high. If you see that the last financial year, the dividend payout ratio, so among 12 public sector banks, Canara Bank is one of the highest. These are all is possible only because there is a strategically we have created some platform that we have actually 3 years back our board has met in some place, then the strategy meet has happened first time in its history. Then we charted for the 3 years to 5 years the plan how to move about that. We have worked out in all the areas, the technology, actually one of the weakest point for this bank is the CASA, low CASA. We are at among the 12 public sector banks, we are the one of the lowest. The reason behind is we are South-based bank. 60% of our branches are in South. The culture of the customers is they don't keep beyond the required amount in the savings bank account. Rather, they would like to divert it to a fixed deposit. If excess money is there, they would like to invest in the gold or ornaments. Of course, the liability side, it may be a little weakness for us for that low CASA, but the same time of the same nature of the South Indian customers of investing in the gold or ornaments, that has given us a boost in the asset side. Right. And we are getting a benefit whenever they need emergency funds, they pledge it with the bank and they raise the loan. That's the benefit we are enjoying it. As on date, we are the #1 bank in lending against the gold. Right. So with this background, we thought that first let us focus on the CASA, then let us focus on the Gen Z, the youth, which are actually keeping away from these public sector banks. To impress on them, let's work on the technology so that we cannot expect that the current generation will come to the branches and deal with us. Right. So they expect that where they are only we should reach to them. That is also we kept it. The third one is how we can make it our retail products. Actually, we were at corporate and the retail focus, the percentage was around 46% corporate was there and the 54% was the retail was there. Just we want to grow little more on the retail there because one is your risk will be distributed. The second one is little higher returns will be there in the retail. That's why we felt that it is an ideal to make this bank as a 60% of RAM and 40% of corporate. So we thought that some innovative products also has to be introduced in the asset side also to attract this. This is the strategy what we have taken in the 3 years back. Right. And I can say comfortably that we are at this moment, we are successful in establishing what we want to do it. And technology as on date, no bank can claim that we are inferior than some other bank. We are at par with the topmost banks in India in the platform side and all. Whatever the technology initiatives we have taken, our mobile app is highly rated in the public students, and number of new products what we launched last 3 years. No Indian bank has launched that many products, whether it is a liability side or the asset side.
Right.
That we are in the, to prove ourselves that we want to be in the competitive, and to prove ourselves that this is a bank where they actually the customers should prefer to deal with.
Right.
So that's the initiatives we have taken. That is giving started results. Our innovations are the reforms. It's not restricted ourselves to the only asset and liabilities. We are extended towards that staff pattern, that reforms we have brought
all
it.
over, right.
Staff side, we have brought several reforms, whether it's a promotion policy or the transfer policy or anything. Then simultaneously, customer service, we have taken it as a priority in our approach. The call what we have taken is a reconnect with our customer, existing customer. That's the call what we have given. It's last 3 years. That is the slogan what we are doing. For that, we have gone for the customer relationship concept. We have introduced 3,000 branches my customer relationship concept. Then we have started. We are the first banker who introduced a customer feedback mechanism. For every transaction, he gets an SMS, and whoever all the staff members attended, his transaction details will come, and he can rate them their service, and that will be centralized, and it will be taken from back end. That's any of the negative things, we will revisit that. In Indian public sector banks and even private sector banks, transaction based customer feedback mechanism, we are the first banker who introduced that.
Right.
Our reforms has not restricted to one area.
Right.
All round we have done. That is the reason we have proven.
I'm coming to more on that, but you mentioned about the digital first approach, and if you see the banking sector is witnessing a rapid change on that front. So what are your key focus areas as far as digital transformation is concerned?
One is, first we initiated our digital platform, make it so comfortable to the customer so that they will be very happy to deal with the bank. So first we have worked for our mobile app platform. We worked more than 14-15 months by using the internal talent. We made it, our mobile app is just a substitute for your branch. So we studied that who are all the branch walk-ins. That walk-ins we should avoid it by converting them into a bank in the pocket. Right. That's the bank in your hand.
Right.
That's the reason we got in the shortest possible time, just within 1.5-2 years, our onboarding number has crossed 2 crore 30 lakhs. That shows that the platform works. Then we reformed our internet banking. Then we focused more on QR code. Right. We are the first public sector banks. We have popularized the QR code, and so far we have distributed more than 32 lakhs QR codes. Right. And the third one what we have focused is beyond these things. So the QR code technology platform, we are the first bank we introduced a data analytic lab. We created that lab. We started using the data analytics for our business lead conversions. By using artificial intelligence, by using machine learning, these latest technologies have been created, and many people from other banks, even ministry, they visited our the lab, and they were so impressed, and they are expecting that other banks to adopt it there afterwards. Right. With that, we got an additional business of almost what we are growing now. 20% we are getting from that.
That's very interesting. You know, sir, if you talk about asset quality, it remains a key focus for investors, of course, and regulators alike. How is Canara Bank strengthening its risk management and recovery processes while supporting credit expansion at the same time?
These are all the actually two-way decisions we have taken, sir. One is underwriting standards. The another one is make your product so close to the customer requirements or demands. The third one is automation of your risk assessment. So completely we automated our risk department from end to end, fully. There is no human intervention. You have to give only your input. Then the risk assessment will be done by the tools, that's which are all market-driven tools are there, latest tools are there. Now, underwriting standards also, how we have visited those things is, There are more than 100 asset products are there. Each product wise, we gone through that. We assessed what is the stress in this individual product wise, where we are went wrong, that has been rectified. And some products where the stress is almost zero, there we have made it liberalized more so that the transactions can happen more.
Right.
So that is one thing. The second one thing, we have created a recovery as another tool at SMA 0 itself. We are not waiting up to the NPA and NPA classification and then thereafterwards recovery. Here two-way again, what we are working is, we created individual recovery cells in each regional office. We have 177 regional offices are there. These 177 regional offices, we created recovery cells. We have posted legal officer there and all. Earlier, we used to depend on branches for getting the recovery, especially SARFAESI and all. In branches, there is an obstacle, but the branch manager, somebody, so they can travel only to some extent. Thereafterwards, they are not able to push.
Right.
If you centralize it, since these are all equipped people and specialized people, and their day-to-day work is only to recover those things. That's why we centralized those recoveries, and the recoveries are coming very consistently. That's the reason. Just 4 years back, 5 years back, 4 years back, our gross NPA is near to 10%. As on latest, it's 2.74.
That's wonderful.
And our net NPA was above 5%, 6% near to that. Now we are at only 0.63. Right. That's the drastic. This is the first controlling fresh slippages, then recovering in existing this.
Right. If you look at the current markets in scenario, public sector banks are under pressure to innovate while maintaining governance standards. How do you balance agility and innovation with regulatory compliance?
Sir, ultimately, when you are in the public sector banks, you are expected to serve the country because the government objectives will be there. That's an expectation. Right. So that you have to do it. Simultaneously, you have to comply with your regulatory expectations. There's also there two actually monitoring agencies will be there for public sector banks. It's a very tough job, but still we are habitual for spending in this atmosphere for more than 35 years. So we don't feel that there's a toughness in that because we are practiced with those things. How we are doing is, again, let me say that we are the first banker we targeted 2 years back, 2.5 years back, the age-wise product based on their demands.
Okay.
I can share it with you that we introduced this 6 or 7 products targeting for the younger generation. One is Aspire product. There, if the minimum balance is there, certain minimum balances, we give them a free online courses so they can do without paying any money by having a tie-up with Coursera.
Coursera.
Online.
Right.
So whoever is open account with us, if they maintain 5,000 rupees, they will get one free course. They can do that, whatever it is there. If they are maintaining 25,000, they get 2 courses. The second one is we targeted for once these guys goes into the employment, we introduced a premium payroll pack, the scheme for salaried class based on their gross salaries below 50,000, 50,000 to 1 lakh, 1 lakh to 150, above 150. Here what we have given innovatively, what the others are giving the accidental insurance and all. First time in Indian banking sector, we introduced a term life insurance and the premium will be borne by us, depending on their gross salary. And if they opt for that, we give that lifetime insurance, term life insurance. Third, we are targeted for the women. We created an angel, Canara Angel account. In that, based on their average balance from 5,000 to 1 lakh, their cancer treatment will be insured. If at all any woman falls in that, if she suffers for the cancer, their treatment up to 10 lakhs, their treatment will be borne by the bank. It's an insurance product. That is also first of its kind in Indian banking sector. Right. Then fourth segment is retirees, pensioners. Generally, once you cross 60, your main expenditure is medical. So we had a tie-up with the Tata 1mg. Whoever is drawing their pension with us, or who are the senior citizens are having account balances with us, we are giving them a card. By using that card, they are getting an additional discount in the medicines. So like that, value adds depending on the latest demands or the requirements of the different age groups. We introduced that.
That
has
captures almost
so
every
this is nothing but an
kind of
innovative
customer,
thing.
right?
Then recently, one more latest to the innovation what we have done is business around. This is the app we created. This app has been given to all the staff members in across our bank branches. This app, what they do is within that from 0 to 20-kilometer radius of that branch, they get details of all firms like kirana dukans, saloons, mobile shops, or whatever it is there, how many are there. And we are linked with that Google Maps also along with that. If they want to reach to their contact to name, mobile number also will get. The managers can first cover 1 kilometer, then extend to 2 kilometers. They can go up to 20 kilometers for meeting the new clients who are not dealing with this within this list. And they can just click that guy. That itself will show the way how to go, how to reach that. You can contact them, take appointment and meet that. That's the latest innovation what we have. Now the DFS and IBA, they are requested us to share this to entire the industry.
That's very, I think, disruptive also, and makes process very simpler. You know, sir, if you look at the Reserve Bank of India, it has been active in monetary policy adjustments over the past year. How have interest rate trends impacted your loan book and deposit mobilization strategy?
See, the Reserve Bank has started repo rate cut from first of its, that February is the first one, the second one is in April, then third one is in June. But of course, it's so frequent and June it is so steep also that the reduction. Definitely, when the rate of interest repo rate is increasing it, banks will get benefit. But when it's a reverse trend, when the repo rates are coming down, banks are forced to absorb that sudden downfall. The reason behind is, out of our entire assets, 46% of our asset base is linked with the repo rate. These 46% of borrowers will get the benefit when the downward tendency is there. Immediately within 1 week, we have to extend that benefit to all the borrowers. Whereas for the depositors, our system it's a contract-based fixed rate. During the contract period, you are not permitted to reduce or you can't change it.
Right.
So the passing on to the depositor this burden, it may take from 0 to 9 months or on average 12 months, because most of our retail term deposits will be 1 year bucket.
Right.
So till 1 year, you can't pass it on this lower rating. Only in new accumulations, whatever it is happening, there you may get some benefit. So minimum 6 to 9 months period, this burden has to be borne by the banks. That's why there is a stress on our NIMs. But still, since our other operating efficiency is there, revenues are there, we are able to sustain that profits. But the NIMs, there is a stress. Last year we were at 2.73 this March, but this time we have come down to 2.55.
Right. I think the stress will go away. I mean, it's a matter of time.
Right? It's a matter of 6 to 9 months period. That the 6 to 9 months period, you have to bear that.
Right.
But suppose again next monetary policy, if the again RBI comes out and announces some more rate cut, then again that pressure will continue for 2 or 3 more quarters.
Right. Sustainability and ESG are becoming critical for financial institutions. What is Canara Bank doing on that front in terms of integrating ESG principles?
See, Canara Bank, we have almost 165 own buildings. In all the own buildings, we established our solar panels, and we don't use the outside the electricity.
Oh, totally.
Totally. It is entire thing. This headquarters also is there with that solar power is there. Wherever we have the control on the branches, which we have the lease, there also we are exploring the possibility of creating the solar. That second one is up to 400 kilometers. Actually, earlier journey there is no restriction that they can travel by air. Air travel gives more carbon composition. That's why we are restricted that all up to 400 kilometers people should prefer to travel through train. All the employees.
It's a part of.
It's a part of the sustainability. Then the third one is in new vehicles what we are acquiring within the bank for our requirement. We are preferring to acquire EV vehicles. This is for within the bank what the initiatives we are taking it. The other side is for customer base. We are very strongly, actively involved in encouraging the green finance, whether it is ethanol, whether it is a compressed biogas, versus solar power generation. We have almost 14,000 crores so far exposure we extended to them. And the EV vehicles, we are giving a concessional rate of interest. We are also coming out with the green housing, where there's the green housing is there. We want to give some concession in the rate of interest.
Right.
So several initiatives we have taken. We got already award in that, in the Asian award for the for ECG,
Right.
ESG initiatives what
Right.
we have taken. We
Right.
keep continue to do that. And while rating the corporates,
Right.
we are also giving enough marks for their ESG initiatives.
Right.
Mm.
There's a mushrooming of fintech players in India, and if you look at younger digitally native customers, of course, they're born with that idea. How are you catering to them? How are you trying to kind of, make this easier for them, the Canara Bank offerings?
See, one is you take it being a Bangalore as a startup hub. We have created one separate scheme for the startups. This we established in 8 cities, metropolitan cities, where the startups are grooming up.
Right.
One of this is Bangalore also.
Right.
That scheme up to that till the last before that budget, we are that scheme under that scheme up to 10 crore, no collateral is there.
Okay.
So anybody can walk into that. He can comply that whatever the startup guidelines.
Right.
He can avail the loan up to 10 crores. Now because the government has extended that 10 crore to 20 crore, the credit guarantee, we are also enhanced that limits to 20 crore.
Right.
Only maybe in India 3 or 4 banks have lent so far to the startups. Canara Bank is one among that. That is for lending side. The second is we have a subsidiary of the Can Bank Ventures Limited. Generally the startups first initially they require a seed capital, not the loan, to establish themselves. To support their seed capital, we are taking care of their requirements through our subsidiary Venture Capital Limited. So we become a part of their capital. Many of such groups, whether it's a child funds or big funds, whatever it is there, we are maintaining several funds. So through that funds, we are helping these startups.
Right.
We are also as a nodal bank, that venture capital,
Right.
to maintain the fund given by the MIT also.
Right. I have a couple of more questions. Canara Bank has a huge print overseas as well through its branches, right? And how do you see your international strategy evolving given the economic uncertainty that is surrounding us internationally?
So Canara Bank international exposures are all what we have as on date. Is only 3 licenses we have. One is London, then the New York, and the Dubai. Of course, our representative office is there in the UAE. That's confined only for the canvassing the liabilities, nothing to do with that. It's to serving to the NRIs. These 3 what we have is a corporate licenses. That means we can lend to the corporates. We don't have the retail banking licenses. But the recently 1.5 year back, we have opened our offshore branch in the Gift City, Gujarat. It was inaugurated by the Honorable Finance Minister.
Right.
After opening that branch, our scope for lending across the globe became more. So now when you have a branch in the Gift City, I don't think that to expand in any other country for lending to corporate. Retail, okay, it's there, you have to open the branch there itself.
Right.
But for lending to corporate side, I don't think that now you need to expand other than these 3 centers. That all requirements we are able to meet from the Gift City itself. The Gift City, whatever you have, so you can lend it to anywhere, either Indian corporates who wants to raise the foreign loans in respect to countries.
Right.
You can meet that also. Even they can lend directly to the borrowers from that abroad.
Right.
So that is helping. And these 3 countries, why strategically we continue to do that is, many times we may also go to the global market to raise the overseas liabilities, overseas bonds. Like last year, we have raised 300 million MTN bonds, medium term bonds. The first of last 7 years, 6 years, first time we have gone to that international market. But fortunately, because of our performance, consistent performance, in the first time itself, we got it that 4 times oversubscribed, that's international market.
Right.
These 3 locations we are ideally keeping there to attract that, to see that our bank is familiar with the international investors.
Right.
For any of the liabilities we want to do that.
Right.
That's the plan.
And finally, if we talk about the next 3 to 5 years, what are the key strategic priorities that will define Canara Bank?
The major first and foremost is we want to be a preferred banker for every Indian. That is our task, immediate task.
Right.
So for that, we don't want to neglect one section of the people. So our products or platforms should reach to every section of the people. That's why more and more innovations we are introducing this. And to partly this initiative we have taken for 3 years back. If you see the 3 years back and now the performance wise, any of the financial ratio, if you see that, there is a drastic change in the just 3 years. Drastic means drastic improvement is there. And everywhere you can see our bank name now, younger generation, older generation, everywhere that you can see. We are actively considering our expansion in the MSME sector, because that is the sector where there is a scope for expansion much more. So we have created 163 MSME Sulabs. So entire that local district wise, whatever that process are there to reduce that TAT, to improve the quality, these Sulabs have been created and their performance will be ranked every month. So we are expecting them to penetrate to the markets very aggressively in that. That is helping us. As on date, we are growing around 12% in that MSME. We expect this year we may end up more than 15% in that. The second active is the agriculture. Anyhow, that is a strong belt for us. It is there. Now we are introducing a technology in this agriculture. We are the one of the first banker who introduced a KCC end-to-end digital product, because linking with the state government revenue records and all, charge creation and all. Second one is we are the first banker who introduced the ESHG loans. That's a self-help group loans, end-to-end digital. That's
no human intervention.
No human intervention. End-to-end digital. Our person only will go to that village. All the members will come there. He will take their Aadhaar cards. Everything will be validations. It will be account will be created. Thereafterwards, the loan will be released to respective people. Everything will be digitized. Entire thing is this. First we introduced an innovation hub. RBI innovation hub is there in the Bangalore. Along with them we worked on this. So that is also is there. The major now we are working on the cyber security. What we have to tell you is, of course, business wise we are growing consistently. We are established ourselves. When the digitally, when you become so 90% of your transactions are happening digitally, then it is utmost care should be taken on cybercrime. Cybercrime became the major challenge at this moment for banks. That's why initially only we have taken that. Latest cybercrime is money mule accounts, hiring the accounts for fraudulent purposes. This last year, whole year, we worked with the RBI Innovation Hub. First, we created a tool by using the AI and machine learning. That tool has been enhanced with the help of the RBI Innovation Hub, and they created a MoleHunter.ai. And now that MoleHunter.ai has been, RBI is expected to implement in all the banks. Now every bank is integrating with that. And we are the pioneer in that. So that's to protect it. That's why more and more cyber security itself, we have created a separate wing, and we are spending a lot of money on that in the IT. Almost this year we have given a budget of 70 crore only for cyber security. So that whatever the challenges it is going to face with the banking industry, we are preparing ourselves in advance. So with this simultaneously working for mitigation as well as for the growth, I am sure our target is we want to be a most preferred retail banker for the every Indian, and I am sure in next 5 years we will achieve that.
Well, you are well on track on that, and thanks, Mr. Raju. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.